Two things before we get started on the analytics review today. One, on January 11th, that's my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. I'm going to have a video coming out that's going to talk about the previous year, kind of what it's been like, what it's looked like, what I've learned, as well as 2018. What are our goals going to be? What kind of targets are we going to set? What's my schedule going to look like in terms of content that I'm going to be putting out? Stuff like that. So make sure you stick around and you see that the subscribe button is down there. Second thing, I'm not going to have a Football Manager video out today for you. Unfortunately, I've had I think a pulled muscle. If you've been following me on Twitter, I've been complaining about it, moaning about it. I wasn't sure if it was a pulled muscle because of a very specific pain in my chest, but it wasn't like I'm having a heart attack, and I've been coughing a bit, and I was like, man, could it be pneumonia? But I don't have any other symptoms. So it's a little bit better today, but I'm a little bit behind on FM content because one of the strategies I'm going to try employing this year on YouTube is getting content uploaded at least 48 hours in advance whenever possible. Why? Because I found in a short period of time in December when I did that those videos didn't get demonetized. So I'm trying to stay ahead and make sure if something does get demonetized, like I had Saving Servette that came out earlier this week, that got demonetized, but it wasn't live yet. So I was able to request the review. And by the time it went live, it maybe didn't immediately fix it, but it fixed it within 30 minutes, right? So I'm trying to stay ahead of that. So that's why that's going on. I also have my marriage anniversary this month, so my wife and I are going to be doing stuff around that. Obviously, that's more important. So I'm going to get ahead on the content by not putting out a Football Manager video today. The next Nordic Journeyman video will be out on Saturday. No, not on Saturday. On Sunday, Saving Servette will be out on Saturday. So hopefully you understand that. And again, thanks for being here. Let's go take a look at the analytics review. Hey there, welcome back. It's our December analytics and channel review. So if you're new around here and you're like, what is this video? This is where I kind of peel the curtain back a little bit and let you all as the viewers see what's going on in the channel, what's working, what's not working, what's exciting, what might be concerning, stuff like that in regards to the success of the channel. And you're a big part of that. So if you haven't seen one of these before from another content creator or myself, I encourage you to stick around and take a look at it. If you really hate it, maybe go watch another one of my playlists or something like that. Leave a comment, stuff like that. So it's not for everybody, but it shows, I want you guys to be as bought in as you can be. I was going to say as much as I am, but I'm the one spending hours making videos, so that's not entirely accurate, right? But my question for you today is, do you like this? Do you like seeing behind the curtain, or you just make Football Manager videos and experiments and US soccer videos and we'll see you later? So that's my question for you. Leave that in the comments. For those of you that are interested in it, December was a pretty nice month for us. As you can see, pretty big spike here at the end. We're going to talk about that. 283,000, almost 284,000 minutes, which that's so bonkers to just verbalizing that. Over 30,000 views. Watch time up to 904. We made some money. This is the first month I made not insignificant cash. Now, $38.33 of that was people being super generous in my, three streams that we did in December. Obviously the big one being here. This one was kind of the test stream. This is the one that was the next day because I tested, make sure I knew what I was remotely doing was streaming on YouTube, and then we went live the next day. So part of the revenue here, a significant, the rest of the revenue is kind of down here in line with this other line. Majority of that is that $38.33 where people were generous, and it's called super chat. When you're live streaming, someone can essentially make a message pop up in your stream and in the chat, as a way of supporting you, which is just you guys have been super generous towards me. It's ridiculous. Some of these numbers here, like the likes and the comments, you see a huge spike. That's because YouTube does a weird thing with the live streaming, and it counts every chat as a comment. Likes, I guess, isn't really impacted. It's mostly the comments. It messes up the watch time and the duration and the average percentage watched a little bit too. But overall, quite a good month. I can't click on this revenue thing because it'll show you my ad rates, and you're not supposed to see those according to YouTube. So let's scroll down. Most popular video by far is the What If You United States had a 7-tier football pyramid with Pro Rel. I got 6,624 views, which is bananas. And then the follow-on episodes are right up behind it. Saving Servette, which I'm really thrilled with that because it published on, as you can see, on December 29th. The fact that we got 875 views on that video in essentially 3 days is amazing. You've got the stream here, which I'm not sure how it's counting views, if it like counts every hour or if people leave and come back, or I have no idea. And then the Journeyman, episode 1, 3, 10, and 9, kind of rounding out the top 10 there, as you can see. UK still dominating, but not as much. We definitely have with, I did dominating Denmark, so we have the Denmark viewers. We've got some Finland, Norway, the Nordic countries, because I have this Nordic Journeyman going on. So that's interesting to see a spike there of those. And people are more than a third of the time finding it through suggested videos, but that's a little... Suggested videos is essentially at the end of the video. It says, hey, you should probably watch this one, right? But a lot of my own videos are the sources of those suggested videos. So I just think this is kind of interesting to show you a little bit. I want to click over and show you my fancy spreadsheet. You're looking at the orange and green columns. That's what's most important over here. So what I've done here, these numbers are different than the ones I just showed you, because if you go back, if we go back to the stream, that's 10,000 minutes, which is amazing. That's a lot of people watching and all that kind of stuff, right? That's really cool to see, but it throws off the average view duration because it was like 4 hours long. So like that, the average view duration of that video is like 8%, because people pop in and pop out. They're clicking through on YouTube Gaming, looking for a streamer, something like that, and they don't stick around. And even if they stick around for 10 minutes out of 4 hours, that's like nothing, right? Even those of you that were there, like you were there for 2 hours and then had to go or something like that, like that's 50%, but there's a lot of people that stay for 10 minutes or 2 minutes or a second, and that really kills the average view percentage. So aside from average view duration or percentage, I've tried to take out in the analytics the non-streaming stuff. So we've got the views here, because I think that's more accurate. It's going to show you what did we actually, like, what views did we get on video content versus live streaming content, if that makes sense. So I feel like I've spent way too long explaining that, but I want to make sure you understood my methodology. And at the end of the day, we're still seeing growth. So we saw obviously the huge spike in October with the US soccer video with me crying. And it kind of had some hangover. We were still getting views, and then people started watching the other US soccer videos. And obviously FM18 came out. So there was a spike that kind of ran into December with that. So we grew, I mean, not crazy growth, but 4% growth in a holiday month. I'll take. I've not done this before, so I don't know if that's really good or not, but I'll take 4.7% growth of actual views on a holiday month. And I didn't, on the day I did the big stream, I didn't do a video. So maybe that, maybe we'd have gotten another 300 or 400 views on that, right? But I spent my time actually doing the live stream. So again, we're taking that out. I like that we had we just call it 5% growth of the views, but we had almost 14.5, whatever you want to call it, 14.5% increase in watch time. So that means the people that are getting onto the videos are actually watching more, and that is critical, right? It doesn't do you any good to get 100% more views and negative view, watch time growth. Like that would be very bad, because I mean, someone's clicking on your video and clicking off, and YouTube's going to go, probably not good content, right? In the reporting on analytics, I can click on, I'll take you back over there. You can go into average view duration, and it shows 34%. Again, this is including, right, the stream. Again, 7.7%. And you could take it to on demand, which gives you a better snapshot, but people can also, I don't know if it's going to be on this first page, you can also on demand after the fact watch the live stream. So again, I'd be really impressed if you did that and watched all 4 hours. So most likely people are not doing that. So this 856 is still probably a little off, but you lose the view duration, or the average percentage, I should say. So that's weird. So that's the number I put in there, because it's going to be more accurate than the 904. I mean, it's not that much big of a difference, right? So 49 seconds, again, more people watching longer. I've lost, even if I go, I can't segment it off by subscribers percentage viewed, which is annoying. Like, it's literally like blank. Like, you can't look at that. So don't know what to tell you there. If you're a subscriber, thank you for watching. Likes are up. Again, I stripped out all of the the likes and the comments from the live stream. So again, that having been said, up 8% on likes. That's good, considering we've got up 4.7% on views. So getting more likes. And I don't know what's causing that, because it's not just the new people. Could it be like the things I have pop up at like over here in the video where it's like, if you're liking this, make sure you hit like? Do you find it helpful to get that reminder? Because sometimes I know when I watch YouTube videos, I'm like, oh man, I meant to go, I've already clicked off and I meant to hit like, and then in my head, because I do YouTube videos, I'm like, well, if I click back on that, that's going to kill their view duration, like, which is crazy. But that doesn't help, because that's kind of interesting to me that it's double the number of essentially quote new views, right? Compared to the previous month. Comments down quite a bit. I don't know if that's because we had a lot of discussion in the previous 2 months about US soccer and it was kind of hot topic and people were going back and forth on the comments, or if it's because of the holidays. That's a little concerning, although I will say it has gone up in the first 2 days of January that I can see the analytics for. We added a crazy amount of subs, like crazy amount of subs. Crazy amount of, like, it's 482. That's 31% growth on already a massive month. Like, just look at the difference. You go from whatever, what is this, average at 30, 35 in May through September, to 309, 368, 482. So if you're an old sub, a new sub, thanks. It means 50% growth in a month is insanity. And it's gone up. Like, I don't know what's driving it. Currently, we're over 1,500. We're approaching 1,600 please, subscribers as I do this video. So again, I always like to break it down per day because I think that's more important. So again, you get the extra day, that brings down the view growth a bit, but it really helps out the watch time. So I find that a bit interesting, because that's almost more significant, right? I don't know. I just think I'm trying to think of the words to say it, but like, that's a lot of extra watch time with only a little bit of view growth because of the extra day. And again, that could be the holidays. That could be people are like, I'm not at work. I'm going to go back and watch some of the old stuff, whatever. But I think that's really interesting. Likes, again, up 4.81% on a daily basis. The comments down 21%. That's significant. But again, I kind of chalk that up to people traveling, and maybe, I don't know if that's accurate or not. And then the subs, again, with the extra day, 15.55 is per day is 26.75%. Again, huge growth. I feel like there's other stuff I was going to show you, but I can't really recall right now. We also, it's on demand. You lose that. Okay. I was like, why is this blank? With the estimated revenue, it's not even showing my Patreon stuff. I want to say in December, I netted like $16-17 after fees from Patreon. So thank you so much for you guys that do that. It was obviously much higher in January. It's like up to $50, I think, is what I got after fees in January, which is just, it means like that's a new game. That's me. Like, once the revenue here, the AdSense revenue, it takes like 2 months roughly ish, I think, to hit your account, because like they get it all together and they put it in your account, and then AdSense pays it out. So there's like several steps that go through that. That's going to help me buy Windows 10. I do plan to replace my desk because I got a cheap IKEA desk. Right. So what's going to happen on the channel? What you need to know is on January 11th, I'm going to have, and I know I already mentioned this, but in case you skipped the beginning, I'm going to have a video coming out about my first year on YouTube. So I'm not going to spend as much time doing the analytics review. It's going to be more like big picture. It has been a massive year, a fun year. I've learned a lot, and you guys have been a huge part of that. So that's coming out on the 11th. We'll probably do some sort of a stream around that time. I got some stuff going on. I'm probably going to have to buy a car. And I've got my anniversary, like my marriage anniversary, bit more important. Bit more important. I was going to say you could say, but no, it's actually more important. this month. So we're dealing with some stuff there. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen. It may be the weekend of the, like, I don't know, what that was, at the 13th, maybe the 20th. I'll get that figured out. I'll get it sorted and put up a video about it to kind of celebrate 1 year on YouTube. If there's something that I've missed that you normally like to see, make sure you leave a comment, and we will see you in the next analytics review in February for January. All right. Thanks for being here. Have a good one.